and welcome to India First. India today joined the Missile Technology Control Regime as a full member and said that its entry would be mutually beneficial to enhance global non-proliferation norms. Marking India's first entry into any multilateral export control regime, Foreign Secretary S. Jaishankar signed the instrument of accession to MTCR. The MTCR aims to prevent proliferation of unmanned delivery systems, including missiles and unmanned aircraft capable of delivering weapons of mass destruction, by seeking to coordinate national export licensing efforts. India's entry into MTCR comes even as India's hopes of joining the nuclear suppliers group have been kept alive, with reports suggesting that a nuclear envoy has been appointed to work out a roadmap for bringing in countries like India into the group, and that a special plenary session may well be called in November to take a call on the issue. Tonight we will ask how big a breakthrough is India's entry in MTCR for the country, and can this facilitate India's entry into the NSG as well. Dr. Sriram Cholia, Dean, Jindal School of International Affairs. In terms of access to a missile technology, will it mean, Dr. Cholia, that we will now be entitled to high-end missile technology, besides, of course, like you talked about, the space technology, which we can now get access to? So, all in all, how does India stand to benefit as an MTCR member?
MTCR entry is a huge breakthrough. A lot of the barriers we had to acquire high-end technology in delivery systems, in ballistic missiles, all these things are now going to be lowered. Of course, even among the members of MTCR, there are some rules about who can sell what to whom. But the point is that we are better inside than outside. You know, it's a huge advantage. So getting in a big multilateral forum like this, even if it is not a proper regime, it's called a regime, it's more like a voluntary, association, a group of countries, concerned countries. But I think it's huge. And then secondly, acquiring military technology, for example, the Arrow military, the missile interceptor that we wanted from the Israelis had been held up, because even though Israel is not part of MTCR, it was adhering to MTCR norms. And since we are not members,
it is a unilateral adherent of MTCR, Israel, just like India is.
It is. So now that we are in, we can acquire that, we can look for Predator drones from the Americans, there are cryogenic rockets from the Russians, and as you said, even exporting. I mean, the thing is, BrahMos missile, which we've developed with the Russians, the Indonesians want it, the Vietnamese want it, Chile, Brazil, quite a few countries have expressed interest. So we could actually become major exporters by virtue of entering MTCR, where, in the sense that it's no longer seen to be violating a norm, but rather promoting a norm. So from the point of view of being outsiders, and looking in, now we are going to be insiders, and that's a huge advantage, because now we can shape the regime and we can also ensure more responsible behavior. Therefore, President Obama has been supporting us, because there is a belief that we act responsibly, and I think this is a testament to the faith of the international community. Without unanimity, 34 member countries admitted us.
What about supplying such technology clandestinely to Syria? So shouldn't credentials be the main criteria?
Absolutely. No.
Each other's concerns and interests, isn't it?
Absolutely, that's right.
Right. Now, Dr. Cholia, shouldn't credentials be the main criteria as far as membership of any export control regime is concerned, including NSG or the Australia Group or the Wassenaar arrangement? Like Professor Rajaram said, we have an impeccable nuclear non-proliferation record, whereas China, despite being an NSG member, had given plutonium for plutonium-based plants technology to Pakistan. There are allegations that it proliferated to Libya, North Korea and Syria as well. China may be saying that it's been grandfathering it, like Mr. Shashank said, but what about supplying such technology clandestinely to Syria? So shouldn't credentials be the main criteria?
Absolutely, Munmun, but what happens is, in these multilateral gatherings, it's also power politics, and it's also a heft, so countries try to use all means, fair and foul, to further their interests. And the Chinese position, unfortunately, is that they don't want any competitors to their hegemony in Asia. And if India is admitted into all these groups, it's going to challenge them.
But if China is isolated, because around 7 more countries supported China, but it is believed that had it not been for China's opposition, those countries would not have come with China, because there are reports that suggest that the other opponents were propped up by China, just like the way they did in 2008 when India got a country-specific waiver from the NSG. Once China came around, all others came around.
Yeah, so that reinforces my point that it's politics, it's a political game and it's about diplomatic skill and
but
our
if
ability
China
to
is
master the
isolated,
numbers.
can it review its stand?
I think, see, they are going to be sticking out like a sore thumb as we mobilize more and more numbers. It's unfortunate that Brazil and South Africa also were holdouts because these countries are fellow developing countries with whom we have a lot going. So it was sad to see them.
BRICS and IPSA.
Yeah, it was sad to see them also holding out against us in NSG. But eventually, as we, marginalize the Chinese in these forums, and they are seen to be the only opponents to India's entry, they will yield because they are also very conscious of their image. And I must mention, Prime Minister's diplomacy with the United States has been very critical in this because his, equation with President Obama and his push has really made MTCR happen. I mean, we applied last year, the Italians were holding out, and now we have sorted out our problem with that Enrico Lexi case.
Several ups and downs in India's journey to be a
the fisherman case has been somewhat resolved. So all of this means that we have cleared the hurdles and we made it possible through concerted, proactive diplomacy. And for that, Mr. Modi gets the credit. And of course, our bureaucracy and everybody else. So I think if we keep going this way, if we keep mobilizing, marshalling the numbers, with the same kind of proactive zeal, we will clear all these obstacles, get into all these export control regimes sooner rather than later.
There are two other export control regimes, and India has expressed its intention to join all four of them. MTCR has become a reality, NSG we are trying for, and the other two are the Australia Group and Wassenaar Arrangement. The Australia Group prohibits any trade in biological weapons as well as chemical weapons. Do you think that India can realistically hope to become a member of the Australia Group, and if it indeed does, how does India stand to gain from that?
Well, absolutely. Again, if you go back to credentials, we are impeccable. But then the question is, these technical regimes are not just simply rules and institutions, but also means by which power is projected and floated against each other in the game of international politics. So we can expect hurdles at every stage. But what Prime Minister Modi and his team are doing is saying, we are going to take risks, calculated risks. Even with NSG, the chances of failure were there. And said, we'll still go ahead and make a bid for it, a bold bid for it. So this is all kind of new kind of diplomacy we are seeing, where we are saying, Wassenaar, Australia, every one of them, we're going to knock on the doors, we're going to tell them, look, our hands are clean, we have always been responsible, we have worked for international peace and security, we have not been destabilizing any part of the world, and we deserve a seat there. We are going to actually put the ball in their court, and this is the kind of proactive diplomacy you're seeing under Prime Minister Modi, which is to say that India is now ready for the big league, and we are not going to stand back and wait for someone to invite us. We're going to go and try and get in. And I think this is the new kind of wave we are seeing in our foreign policy, which is to say that we are a leading power, and for that we need recognition in all these formal institutions.
A line on whether you think that the logical conclusion for India would be membership of all these export control regimes, not just MTCR.
We are insurgents. We are trying to change the status quo, which has been unfair and unjust. And under Prime Minister Modi, I see that we are breaking through and we are achieving what we want. Question of international justice, actually, for someone who has always acted with responsibility, to be handed power is natural, because only those who are responsible should be given powerful positions to shape global institutions. And I think we are the only capable ones right now, democratic voice, which is acted for peace and stability.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Sriram Chaulia.